Should a judge proceed with a sentencing of a guilty defendant when his court-appointed attorney asks for a continuance because the attorney claims she's not physically or medically able to proceed? In this case, the defendant had pled guilty and was scheduled to be sentenced. A pre-sentence investigation had been completed, and the defendant's attorney planned on submitting additional information for the court to consider prior to sentencing. The defendant's lawyer requested a continuance of the sentencing hearing. It was rescheduled for a week later, at which time the lawyer did not appear due to a medical emergency. The defendant wrote to the court asking for a new attorney, in part because his lawyer had not completed his final statement for his pre-sentence investigation, and she had failed to meet with him. Sentencing was again scheduled for the following week, at which time the defendant's lawyer appeared and asked for another continuance because she was unable to adequately complete the sentencing preparation. The trial court denied the continuance. The lawyer informed the court that she was physically and medically unable to perform her job that day and asked the court to discharge her and appoint a new lawyer. The court denied the motion and proceeded with the sentencing. How would you decide this case? Should the court have appointed a new lawyer and continued the hearing, or should the court have proceeded with the sentencing as it did? We'll be back in a moment with the answer. Should the court have proceeded with sentencing the defendant even though the lawyer said she could not perform her job that day? No, said the South Dakota Supreme Court. The court should have appointed a new lawyer and continued the hearing. The Supreme Court said that the defendant was left to fend for himself at sentencing. The Supreme Court noted that the trial court did not have a completed pre-sentence investigation report to consider, including psychological reports, defendant's statement, and letters on the defendant's behalf. The Supreme Court found fundamental principles of procedural fairness apply with no less force at the penalty phase of a criminal trial than they do in the guilt determination phase of a criminal trial. The court erred when it proceeded with sentencing without the defendant having a competent attorney to assist him. Remember, it's a matter of law.